Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. I did not realize you were in the way. I just posted my unhaul and now I'm doing my January TBR. In that video, I believe I told you guys that I filmed all this shit already and I didn't like the outcome, so I deleted it. I did that so natural, okay? I just delete a video. I record a whole video, delete, nothing to it. But here we have my January TBR. I'm guessing it's raining. Here we have my January TBR. The books are all right here, so I'm sitting right here. I was gonna move them, decided not to. Got me a glass of wine. I was reading and then I realized I need to film this video. It's the 29th, you guys. It's the 29th and it's 7:37 p.m. I need to film this. So yeah, let's get to it. The first book we have, Yellowface. I'm not saying anything about it. I cannot wait to read Yellowface. I really want to read Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, obviously. However, I'm simply going to wait for that shit to come out in paperback. When the arcs were going around and for some reason the arcs go out in paperback, I immediately said, oh, I want that in paperback. Like, I don't want to pay for, I don't want the hardcover, okay? The hardcover is, 1, ugly, 2, big for no reason, and 3, the paperback just looks better. I think fantasy, as I'm going to show you guys, I think fantasy looks better in paperback. Anyways, Yellowface. And then we have The First Day Without You by Melissa Hill. I need to get into my romance bag, you guys. I'm 25 years old. I'm about to turn 26 in February. Jesus Christ. I'm about to turn 26 in February, and I'm actively saying that I don't read romance books when I have all those damn novels behind of me. And guess what, you guys? There's only about 10 romances. So we're gonna change that. This is not where I tell you guys what any of the books is about. No. No. Next we have The End Is Near by Connor McCartan. This book was sent to me by the author. He slid into my Instagram DM and said, hey, could I send you a book? And I said, yeah, here it is. This cover, amazing. Next, paperback fantasy, The Phoenix King. Okay, look at this, guys. I think fantasy looks perfect in paperback. The author was selling this book on Instagram, you know, and she was saying that this book is a mix of Dune and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Never watched Dune, but I love Avatar. So, oh, and I love Zendaya. So I said, perfect. Next, We Fell Apart by E. Lockhart. Oh, I redid it. We Were Liars, Family of Liars. Loved. We Were Liars, for me, goes in the same breath as Red, Riding Royal Blue, where I was getting back into reading and I devoured those books, okay? Red, Riding Royal Blue, I read that shit in 3 days, and We Were Liars and then Family of Liars, back to back, 2 days. 2 days, okay? We Fell Apart. I took this when I went on my cruise, and I read 30 pages, and I said, girl, I'm in Mexico and I'm getting drunk. I'm not reading this. I'm not reading this. So I stopped it and I said, I'll just put you on the TBR for January. And guess what? We got her. This takes place 5 days after the events of We Were Liars. So it's in the same world and everything. And I already started liking it. So we got that. This next book, The Bee Sting by Paul Murray. The Bee Sting by Paul Murray. You guys. Yeah. And The Bee Sting, January, perfect. Next. Classic section. A Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Damn, the writing is crazy small. I want to say that I read some classics. You know what I mean? I read, is The Outsiders considered a classic? It's considered a classic to me. I read The Outsiders. I read The Great Gatsby. Alice in Wonderland, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I've only read four classics so far, so Oscar Wilde, number 5. Soil by Camille T. Dungy. A story of a black mother's garden. I think this is. Oh, I hope this is not. You guys, this might be coming off the TBR. I think this is a memoir. You guys, I think this is a memoir. And guess what I don't do? Memoirs. We're gonna put this to the side because no. Back to me saying that I need to get into my romance. Meet Me at the Wedding by Georgia Tofolo. Cute. Okay. This next book is obviously cleared off my TBR, but mainly to see if I even like this premise. So I tried to read this book one time already. I took this book on a trip and I started it on the plane ride too. And then I ended up, when I got there, I ended up reading another book that I brought because I bought like 2 books. I ended up reading another book that I brought, and then I ended up going book shopping. I ended up reading a book that I bought there, and then I tried to read that on the plane ride back, and I stopped. And then I read Billy Summers by Stephen King, and that kind of made me start to question if whether or not I even like this premise. So we have The Cleaner by Mark Dawson. CIA hired killer assassin type shit. I don't necessarily think I like hired killers. So yeah, we're gonna see. Then we have Chameleon by Remy Adelike. Yeah, it says a black box thriller. And this, you guys, it's another CIA story. Ooh. Look, this man, bro, he's so hot. Yikes. But we have another CIA story. Hopefully we don't have a hired killer story. Um, Boiling down, last three. These last three books is really like the kind of stuff that I want to read this year. As you can see, I had what? One, two thrillers, a fantasy. I don't know what Yellowface is considered. Historical fiction. Um, and near the end, the one that the Instagram author sent me is a domestic thriller, a domestic violence story. So I really want to read more contemporary fictions. I want to read more family, more the Storyteller's Debt. I just finished it literally today at 6:30. You guys, I'm back on my staying up late to finish a book type shit. I finished this at 6:30 this morning. I want to read more stories like this. Magical realism, family lore, family drama, family secrets, family trauma. I just want to read more stuff like this. I want to give the thrillers and domestic thrillers a break. I think that too much of one thing is not good. So I want to let me adjust, you guys. I wanna venture out. I have been buying contemporary fictions unbeknownst because I didn't know that's what they were called at first. I kid you not, I just buy books. I just buy books, okay? If I know the genre, that's a win on my behalf. I really just buy books. I don't go genre shopping, I go book shopping. You know what I mean? So I have the stuff. I just I'm now going to do my due diligence and pick them out. So All This Could Be Different by Sarah Takam Matthews. Young immigrants building herself, a warm, dazzling, profound saga of queer love, friendship, work, and precarity in 21st century America. Lovely. Lovely. That's what I want to read. Next, we have The Wanderers by Elena Medell. I was supposed to be buddy reading this with my friend from work. She started the book already. So, still on my TBR for January. I'm gonna get it done. Can't do shit, huh? Don't buddy read, you guys. Don't buddy read with anyone. Just do what you gotta do. Because why would you start the book if I said, it's not even that I said it, okay? We literally both bought the book at the same time and said, oh, let's buddy read that. And said, oh, let's buddy read that. So we both bought the book. And then she literally asked me, when you want to read it? I said, well, I already have my book set out for December. We could read that shit in January. She said, bet. She said, bet. She read it. She's reading it. Fraudulent. Anyways, the last book we have is The Yield by Tara June Winch. This is what I want to read, you guys. It just says, in a race against time, a woman must confront her past to save her family's future in this story of love, loss, and resistance. This is the kind of shit I want to read. I don't know how much time I gotta say it. Should I pick one more book because I'm not reading this? And if I'm being so honest, dare I say, 'cause, 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 ' dare I say it's going in the unhaul pile? And it's only going there, it's going there for two reasons, okay? One, I don't read memoirs. I'm not doing it, okay? I'm not doing it. I have uh I have Worthy by Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm not reading it. I only got it because it was one in the dollar store, 125, and two, it was signed. And three, I love me Miss Pinkett Smith. Don't play with it. I love me Jada. Like, I just love me that. I love me Jada Pinkett Smith. And equally as much, I love me Willow. I love me Willow. So I got it. This has none of it. And it has deckled edges. And what do I hate more than anything? Deckled edges. So, do y'all want to travel? Let's travel, you guys. Let's travel. There's my calendar all X'd out. Let's pick a book. Let's pick a book because we're getting rid of Soiled by Camilla T. Dunson because we don't do memoirs around here, you guys. So let's stay in the black people. Let's stay in the black authors and see what we got to work with. Got her. Let me set you guys back up. This was so unprofessional, you guys. Okay. So, paperback for paperback, I am going with Ice by Rachel. I wanted to read this when I was going on my trip, and I walked with We Fall Apart and another book instead. Yeah, this is a portrait of Black America and the ways in which it marginalizes communities are targeted, ignored, and left to suffer consequences of policies made by powerful people, ignorant and uncaring of their lives. Perfect. This was first published at the height of the crack cocaine epidemic in 1993. This is gonna be perfect. This is gonna be perfect, you guys. You guys. You know what time it is. Yikes. January TBR. Oh, the light. Boom. Boom. January TBR, you guys. Perfect. Later.